Tom Brady today and not Tom Brady's legacy. This is the greatest ever, really, no matter what. One guy's 25, one guy's 43. One guy's throwing 3 interceptions a couple weeks ago, and the other guy's Patrick Mahomes. It's really not a close call.
Sarah Spain, who'd you rather have for the game?
Yeah, if I recall, Tim, we were choosing which quarterback independent of their team, and we successfully chose the one that did not throw 3 interceptions in the game. This big game is fascinating in the way we're discussing it because we're mostly talking about how these quarterbacks are going to go up against incredible defensive coordinators. And it's mostly going to be about pressure, interior pressure on a 43-year-old with not much mobility who's 27th in the league in QBR when he gets pressure versus a quarterback who you have to prevent from leaking to the outside who happens to be first in QBR under pressure and first in touchdown interception and first in yards per pass attempt under pressure and first in QBR. So all of those statistics tell me that if I'm taking the guy who's best under pressure in a game that's going to be about that defensive pressure, whether that's the blitz or rushing four, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
Israel Gutierrez, who are you taking?
It feels a bit like a trick question, like if somebody were to ask me, hey, what color do you think Tony Reale is going to wear on the show today? So I do believe that it is Patrick Mahomes. I would say the best argument Tom Brady has is that Tom Brady has played in 9 big games, and Patrick Mahomes has only played in 1 big game. But in this particular big game, the biggest of all the big games, it's got to be Patrick Mahomes. He's got more ways to beat you. Tom Brady requires a clean pocket in order to be the quarterback that he is. And, you just can't predict that that's going to happen. Patrick Mahomes.
50 Yates, it's a big game. Who would you rather have as a quarterback for this big game?
Large matchup, I hear. Well, here's the way it breaks down to me. Is the greatest winner of all time in the NFL, and there's the guy who does not lose right now. Ever since the Chiefs started 6-4 in 2019, Mahomes has gone 25-1, y'all. I mean, that to me on its own is just a number that you cannot ignore in terms of who he is. Never mind the MVP trophy thrown in there. So, yes, Sunday, taking Mahomes because he's simply too good. Not taking.
Here's a question that maybe at first seems obvious, but maybe it isn't. Clinton, which quarterback has better weapons?
I think the team with better weapons is the Chiefs. Between Kelsey, between Watkins, and between Tyreek, I just don't think that you can honorably say, yeah, the Bucs have a better weaponry element to them. But what that means down the line, we'll see. But I'll take the Chiefs.
They still have better weapons?
I'm tempted to pick a tie, but I know what that would do as I sit here and watch.
Hold on. Rewind. Did you hear the exhale from Kalisha? It's like his soul is sucked out by the idea of the question being comprehended. Go ahead.
Rahul!
Kansas City looks like they got better weapons because they got the better quarterback throwing to them, okay? Of course they look like they're better. But all I had to see on ESPN was Cameron Brate, limited workout. I thought the tight end matchup is so astronomically in the Chiefs' favor, it has to be good.
The tight end matchup is, even though,
My God.
favors are among the weapons for Tampa.
You caught me. You caught me. Rahul. What's up, man?
We see Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, the only pair of teammates with 100 receiving yards in the same game and multiple times in the same postseason. It is who's throwing to them. It is the game plan. But the number of guys that they can go to and how they use them is scarier to me than those guys who are individually great on Tampa Bay but don't work as well as a unit.
And Israel?
Yeah, it's the Chiefs. They're more explosive. Tyreek Hill, probably the biggest game breaker of the group. But more so than anything, Tom Brady doesn't really have a great chemistry with Antonio Brown, who's missed a week. And, they had the bye week with Mike Evans, who's been working all season long trying to get that really great chemistry. We obviously see it on the Chiefs side, never mind their individual talents.
I can't even get you guys to be tempted to take Tampa in any of these questions. Well, let me ask you this. Which defense do you trust more in this game, Israel? Bucs getting all the talk going in, but we just saw Kansas City turn off the Buffalo Bills offense. Very, very strong. Israel?
What up, MCJ?
You want more?
How are you?
Over is the
Why is that name familiar to me? What's up, Vincent? How are you, man? Drop the filler there real quick, for hoops number 3, which is down to 10 teams. I have an 8-spot filler because I combined some teams. We have the Lakers, Suns, Magic, Bulls, Heat, and Nuggets by themselves. I have Pacers, Rockets combo, and the Thunder, Raptors combo. NCJ came in a few months back. Well, thank you for stopping by again, my man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying coronavirus free. And happy New Year. In case I don't see you next weekend, happy Valentine's Day. And yeah, thank you for stopping by. Saying hi to me. How you fellers doing?
These guys are covered for most of the game. I don't think you can get more than 21, 24 points.
With the Yates defense.
The Halliburton Parallel Purple sold for $98 yesterday. Don't know if you should keep or sell the card. Shoot. Well, I would say, once you get your hands on it, obviously make the decision then. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't remember what it looks like. For the most part, those cards are looking pretty decent. Again, a PSA 10 on a paper card is pretty difficult. But if you manage to get a PSA 10 on that thing, it might be worth selling, honestly. There's only 2 purple per box. There's also the red backs, which are about 1 per box. So those are a little bit more rare. But an autograph would be ideal, and that's the goal tonight. Remember the Toyota Corona Mark II cars from the early 70s? I do not, actually. I was not born in those times. But luckily, thanks to the internet, I am able to Google such a thing. Again, I gotta say, that's a clean looking car. The Toyota Corona Mark II. That's a pretty slick looking car. I would drive that today. That's a nice looking car. That's real nice. Real nice. I wonder what the inside looks like. I like when I look at cars, I look at 3 main things. For some reason, I always look at the ass. I always look at the back of a car. I like to look at the rear bumper, if she's got a nice butt on her, with some nice taillights. I love nice taillights. I look at that. I also look at the front, obviously. Look at the headlights, look at the front bumper, the grille, the hood, all that stuff. And then the interior. The interior is probably the most important thing for me, because that's where you spend all your time. The interior doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I would definitely hook this thing up. It looks like a Japanese muscle car. What's up, Marcus? Marcus, dude, I'm always live at 5 o'clock. Well, not always. Let me stop myself there. Most of the time, I'm live at 5 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, this looks like the Japanese interpretation of like a muscle car from back in the 70s. NCJ. I would definitely drive one. I would fix her up and definitely drive. I like the 2-door version of it. Very nice. I can dig it. I can dig it. They have a lot of cool cars overseas that don't get imported to the States. Like I was looking at this Honda that came out a couple years ago in Japan, but I don't think it'll pass emissions here in the States. It's basically like a mini NSX. I forget what it's called, but it looks just like a miniature NSX. Just a really slick looking. It's like a mini. It's like Honda's take on a mini car, and it's slick as hell. Slick as hell. Vincent repping France. There's a PSA in the UK. I did not know that. You know, pretty soon, we've talked about it before, or I should say I've mentioned it before, but we're working on getting a situation where we can grade stuff for you guys. You guys, send us some money. We'll get the card graded for you, and we'll ship it to you as well. Not sure when we're gonna start doing that, but that is something that we've been talking about for a little while here recently. And I would like this to be like a one-stop shop for everyone, where you could, especially for you international peeps, if you want to get something graded, you can go through us. We'll get it graded for you, and we'll ship it out to you as well. But again, when we're gonna start doing that, I don't necessarily know. Excuse me, but it's something we've been talking about for a while now, and I think it'd be a great idea actually, especially for the international collector. Speaking of cars, NCJ, I've been looking myself at a couple cars. The new Lexus that came out is pretty nice. The Lexus IS 300. I've been seeing a few in the street. I actually saw a few on the streets on my way to work here today, and they look clean, super clean. The interior looks pretty nice too. Now, more or less, all interiors nowadays kind of look the same. All cars are starting to have like their little, like a monitor in the center console, where it's like your media hub. It's like touchscreen most of the time. It's a nice looking car, this Lexus IS 300. I've been looking at that one. I've been looking at the Lexus IS 300, and I've been looking at the Acura TLX. I've been looking at both of those bad boys. I'm waiting. I'm waiting until my taxes are done. Once I get my taxes done and paid for, I might just treat myself to a brand new car. Well, not a brand new car. I think. Well, maybe some of you all can give me your input on this one, but personally, I've never bought like a brand new car with like 10 miles on it, like fresh off the lot. 2021 or 2022 model. Like I've never bought like a car like that. I've only ever bought like used cars. The car I have now, I bought. It's used, but it's like each dealership has like their certified used inventory. So that's what I did. I bought like a used certified Honda Civic, which came with like an extended warranty and a bunch of other little trinkets there or whatever. And the car has never given me any issues. It's super cheap to maintain. It's extremely reliable. So Jesse, why you want to get rid of it? Well, I mean, I've kind of outgrown it. I'm older now. I'm 31 years old. It's a coupe. I need I need like a bigger car, I feel. And I mean, it's a great starter car. It's a great starter car. I'll say that. And I'm not really at that point. I'm not at the starting point anymore. You know, I need a little luxury now. I need some leather on my bottom as opposed to cloth. You know, I need those heated seats for when it's 60 degrees, freezing cold in Miami. I need that. You know, I need that leather wheel. You know, that leather steering wheel. The wife says I'm a little bit husky. Well, yes. The Lexus IS is a small car. How does he plan to fit? He should get something bigger. Well, no, I mean, I don't want to, you know, I mean no disrespect when I say this, Raul, but I have been known to fit in small places. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I know I'm a big dude. I know this, but I've been known to fit in small places. Yeah, trust me. I've seen the Lexus IS 300. It is a relatively pretty small car, even for a sedan. But it's a lot bigger than my Honda Civic. I'll tell you that. My Honda Civic is tiny. Exactly, NCJ. You know, I'm not 24 or 25, where like a Honda Civic is cool. I mean, I'm 31. You know, it's time to upgrade into that, you know, like a premium brand. But I also don't want to break the wall. You know, I don't want to break the bank either. You know, I want something that's affordable as well and reliable. You know, I'm looking for that happy medium. But yeah, I know. I'm fully aware of BMWs. I would never buy a BMW unless I was like filthy, stinking rich and I had nothing but money to burn. Maybe then I would buy a BMW. But I would never buy a BMW. I'm not too into German engineering. The only German car I would probably buy is Audi, and I don't think Audi is German. I think it might be like Polish or something, or maybe I'm thinking about no. I think Volvo's Scandinavian. Either way, I wouldn't buy a Beamer. I wouldn't buy a Benz. I like the Audis though. I'm not gonna lie. The Audis are clean. I do like the Audis. As far as the European brands are concerned. But I gotta say, I like my Japanese cars. I like my Japanese cars. I'm not too much into the American cars. For some, I don't know. I don't like the American cars. Like they just don't. They don't appeal to me. Unless it's like an old school 1970s, you know, Chevy Impala. You know, give me a 72 Chevy Impala all day, every day. I will fucking drive that bitch. All day. I will drive it. You know, give me a Barracuda. I will drive that thing. A GTO. I'm talking old school American muscle. I will drive that. But the modern American cars don't really appeal to me. I've always liked Japanese cars though, and Japanese cars are extremely reliable year in year out. Over the last 10 years, Korean cars are getting better. You know, Hyundai and Kia, those brands are getting better as far as reliability. But I don't necessarily like their styling, even though they're very dependable. My top two brands would be Honda and Toyota, and not necessarily in that order. Toyota's probably the most reliable car brand on the planet, and Honda's probably a close second. But I do like Honda. Honda gives you more options, whereas Toyota not really. But that's why Toyota's so reliable. You know, you don't really have that many options, no, you know, to customize it. At least from the lot, you know, from the dealer. You can obviously go the aftermarket route and customize it as much as you want. But those would be my top two brands, and then their luxury brands are pretty good too. The luxury brand for Honda being Acura, and the luxury brand for Toyota being Lexus. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I was looking at Infiniti, but Nissan hasn't had a good reputation the last few years. So as much as I like some of their cars, if I'm gonna spend, you know, upwards of $30,000, $40,000. Yeah, I want a nice, reliable car. You know what's crazy about those Beamers, dude? Is like, yo, there's a lot of YouTube channels that I watch, and they all like, cause I like cars, so like I'm into them. And there's this one YouTube guy that I watch, called the Car Wizard, and he fucking hates Beamers. He's a mechanic, and the reason being is like just the labor it takes to fix one little thing, and like just the way they're engineered. Like, for example, you have to take apart the entire engine just to get to one tiny piece of plastic that needs to be fixed. Like, that is just and like, why is it made out of plastic? It's a $50,000 car. Use premium materials. So like, yeah, they might look real nice, but you know, let that shit break on you, and it will break on you. That bill's not gonna be too nice. NCJ. Well, I gotta say, I guess you can say I definitely have a small wallet. I for sure definitely have a small wallet. Small vision, let's agree to disagree on that one. You know, for me it's just all about really just reliability, man. I like Japanese cars. I really do. You know, the styling of them is what gets me. American cars all look the same. You know, Lincolns, Chevys, Dodges, Jeep, like they all are boxy, fucking ugly ass cars in the streets. No, thank you. I'm good on that. But yeah, I think Honda, except Acura, is I think the route I'm gonna go. Acura TLX. That's what I'm looking at. What leader or celebrity ever drove Japanese cars? I think Paul Walker, God rest his soul. He drove a pretty clean Nissan GTR, and that car is far from cheap. I think it's about $100,000 car. I think a base model GTR goes for about $90,000. If you get that thing fully decked out from the dealership, it's probably $160,000. You know, I couldn't even tell you how many celebrities drive Teslas, and well, I think those are built overseas in the Chinese gigafactory they have out there. Bring home a town car? Yeah, no, thank you. Listen, dude, I'm 31, not 61. When I'm 61, you know, then we can talk about that town car with the couch for a seat. I mean, they're extremely comfortable. Don't get me wrong, extremely comfortable. But listen, I don't use Bengay, okay? My joints and my hips and everything else, like they're all in working order. Okay, my eyesight is still 20/20. All right. I don't have an AARP account. So once I qualify for that AARP, then we can talk about town cars. For now, I want to go fast. I want to go fast and I want to look good. And Japanese is the way to go. What up, Josh? See, look, I'll drive a caddy. Like, I like the caddy. But that thing is expensive. Uncle Jesse don't got that wallet right now. And truth be told, if I had 80 grand to spend on a car, I would buy a Tesla. I would invest in a Tesla Model S. That's what I would buy. That's the future. That is the future. What up, freaking nature? Kimmy the G. You know which Lincoln is nice though? The MKZ. I like the butt on the MKZ. Very nice. The new Corvette, I'm not a big fan of. It looks like a knockoff Ferrari. Not a fan of that. But I do like the other, every other Corvette that's ever come out, they're all clean. So Raul has some American cars and a Japanese car. A Jeep Sahara, an Expedition F350. Naruto drives a Subaru. Subarus are nice, man. Those WRXs are clean as hell. And I think they're all-wheel drive, too. I've never had an all-wheel drive. Every car I've ever had was a front-wheel drive. And you don't really need anything other than a front-wheel drive car here in South Florida. But I do want to experience that all-wheel drive. So let me ask you this, Raul. You have 2 American cars and a Japanese car. Out of those 3, which has given you the least problems? Or better yet, which of the 3 have been the least expensive to maintain? So 3 American, 1 Japanese. Okay, I apologize. Raj in the house. I could hear a baby crying somewhere. What's going on, Kimmy? Talk to me. Who do I gotta stab? You know me. I'm ready to commit a felony in your name, Kimmy. I'll do it too. I'll fucking do it. You know me. 2 actually crying, dude. I'm not surprised. I got some good ears. They're all good cars. They're all 2019 or newer. Oh, okay. So that you haven't had time for them to mess up on you, except for like the occasional oil change every year or so. I think. Well, it depends on how much you drive your car, but I think about 2 oil changes in a year is probably the average. I mean, obviously it depends on how much you drive, but that's where I'm at. I'm at about 2 oil changes, maybe 3 in a year. Subarus are nice looking cars. Like I said, the WRX, always a very nice looking car. I just don't know how dependable it is. You know? And what I like about Subarus, they just look so clean. They're always decked out. Got a big ass spoiler, some nice fat ass rims. They always look like they're like rally cars. So they always look clean. The interior is very nice. But you know what? I don't know how to drive stick, so that's kind of a problem. I know. But yeah, dude, the WRX, the inside is nice. Very nice. I like it. Very nice. You change your oil every 10, 20,000 miles. You never had any problems. Are you trolling me right now, NCJ? I thought the recommended was every 5 or 6,000 miles you change your oil. Back in the day, it used to be like every 2 or 3,000 miles you change your oil. But now with synthetic oils and modern technology or blah blah blah, your car actually tells you when to change the oil. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now, Freak, the STI. I don't know how to drive. Well, I do know how to drive stick, but I'll definitely destroy that clutch. I mean, the STI starts at about 36 grand. The base model is at about 28. Oh, dude, they're fucking clean. I've always wanted to learn how to drive manual. But if you've noticed, more and more cars are leaning towards not being manual. In Europe, the most selling cars are Volkswagens. I had a Volkswagen Jetta, and let me tell you, now I can't speak for all of Volkswagen because maybe it was just that one car. You know, maybe it was just, in fact, I can guarantee you it was just that one car, and the previous owners let that car go to shit, and I just had bad luck. But that, dude, I had a 2000 Volkswagen Jetta, and it was a fun car to drive. It was a very fun car to drive, but dude, it lived in the fucking shop. I spent more money fixing that car than I did for what I paid for it. And that car is a huge piece of shit. I blew the engine in the middle of the highway, and dude, I thought I was gonna die. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna die. But I blew the engine, and somehow, some way, I don't know how the hell I got home, but I got home somehow. I couldn't go, I blew the engine. And then I got on the side of the highway, and then I got to tow home. Luckily, I was really close to the house, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But dude, I don't know if you guys have ever driven in a car where the engine blows up on you, but the shit literally caught on fire. I think I have pictures somewhere. It caught on fire, and I thought I was gonna die. Scary shit. But yeah, fuck Volkswagens. Fuck Volkswagens, especially Jettas. Never again. Oh, look, here it is. What the hell? What's wrong with my device, man? I broke it apparently, just like I broke that Jetta. Hey, you guys remember doing this? For my old school gamers. You know, when in doubt, blow on it a little. Ain't that right, Kimmy? You know, if you blow on it a little bit, you know, you get it to work. I think I'm funny sometimes.
In the fucking morning, so I've had a pretty long fucking day. This is that shit I don't like. But at least I got a nice little scenery. I bet $5 your day is going by better than mine. And I've been up since 3 in the fucking morning, so I've had a pretty long fucking day.
Back when I used to work at UPS. But yeah, man, fuck that car, bro. Piece of crap.
Y'all check out the whip, man. That's that fire right there, boy. Man, you know I gotta ride the most fire shit out here in these streets, boy. Look at that, boy. Look at that right there, boy. Woo! That boy got that fire, boy.
Look at my car.
Y'all check out the whip, man.
Look at that shit.
Fire right there, boy. And you know I gotta ride the most fire shit out here in these streets, boy. Look at that, boy. Look at that right there, boy. Woo! That boy got that fire, boy. Hey, yo, check out the
Oh man, good times. Yeah, fuck Volkswagen Jettas. Never again. Never again. How long ago was that? This was. Damn it, I lost it already.
Y'all check out the whip, man.
March 2015. Jeez. Device not available. Alright, let's try to find this thing. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But it's connected. This one maybe? Please check if any connection is connected and make sure source properties is closed. What? That's not what I'm looking for. Come on. What is wrong with this thing? I hope that USB port's working. Because I don't have it anymore. Well, NCJ, we can't all be balling like you, man. You know? Why? Right? When I grow up, I definitely want to be like NCJ. Dude, the device is connected properly, bro. What are you talking about? Ooh, the Bentley SUV is nice. Dang it, man. Why won't this thing work? Well, I'm glad I found this issue now, as opposed to, in the middle of a break. That would have sucked. Hey, look at that. Yeah, barely. Device not available. What the fuck are you talking about? Cable's not messed up. Ooh, Kimmy with the questions. It's time to play everybody's favorite game. What's it worth? Ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Oh yeah, with your contestant, Kimmy G. Hey y'all. So I just wanted to know, what is this card worth? That's my Kimmy G impression. It's not the greatest. taking people to school about being real. That kind of sounds like me. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with my. All right, well, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna stop the broadcast and relaunch this thing and see if that helps. I'll be right